Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lesia and today I'm going to be sharing my TBR for the month of April, and I have a lot of books and some of them I've already read, and I'm going to talk about that in this video, so let's get into it. Firstly, I would like to say that my diploma is coming in May and in June, and therefore I'm going to be producing a bit less videos for YouTube, maybe only once a week instead of 2 times a week, but it's not really fixed if I'm going to have time, and I am reading a lot, so I hope to be able to share with you all the stuff that I'm actually reading, because otherwise it's no fun. So I know that the month has only just started, it's the 6th of April when I'm filming this, but I've already managed to read 2 books, and the first one is, well, I'm going to include this in the TBR and cover it separately, is The Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. It's a new release, I think it went out in February or in January, and it's a time traveler story following Etta, who is a violinist in New York in 2015, and she discovers suddenly that she has the ability to time travel. Unfortunately, she discovers it while basically being kidnapped back into time in the 1700s, the late 1700s, when pirates roamed the seas, when all kinds of weird stuff happened. And Etta finds herself on a ship, unable to find what's going on. She has to make her way. There's a lot of timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, timey stuff involved in this, and this is an interesting novel. I'm going to be dedicating a separate review pretty soon for this one. Another thing that I just finished reading is called Tumbledown Manor by Helen Brown, and this is a contemporary fiction novel following a middle-aged woman who has just divorced her husband, and she's moving back to Australia from New York and purchasing an old house that used to belong to her grandfather or great-grandfather, and she's trying to build it up from nothing. It's pretty much in ruins, and she has to balance her life, find her happiness. It's basically basic contemporary stuff, but it's super fun and quirky, and I'm going to talk about it more in the end of the month. Those are the 2 books that I finished, but something that's actually on my TBR list is the book that I'm reading currently. It's called Rose and the Beast, a fairy tales retold by Francesca Lia Bloch, and I'm about 40% through. This is a collection of short stories. There's only 9 stories in there, and they're written in this really beautiful language. They're really short, you can see by the format, they're really tiny. And I would like to give you an example of her writing so that you know what to expect from this book, because this is something very special. Her writing amazes me so far. Here's a short quote from the tale called Snow. The woman said she had brought her a present. Why a present? Your beauty is famous, the woman said. I wanted to honor it. I wanted to see you too. Some people say we resemble each other. Snow had never thought of herself as beautiful. For her, beauty was Bear's voice telling her bedtime stories, and the way Buck's eyes shone, and Lynx's small, graceful body. She thought it was strange that this woman would want to give her a present because of how she looked. The brothers had told her not to accept gifts from strangers, but this wasn't a stranger. This was a woman who seemed so familiar, and the apples were so luscious, red, sleek. I hope you like that fragment, because I really like her writing style, and I'm going to be talking more in depth about her and her book in the wrap-up of the month. The book that I started only yesterday and I'm making headway so far is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I think this is what they call a magic realism book. I'm not too sure, but if it's not that, I don't know what magic realism would be. It's a story of a circus, and this is the playground for 2 magicians and their battle. They've been prepared for this battle for all of their lives, and they are supposed to battle in their wits and their skill and demonstrate who is the best magician of all. But unfortunately they appear to be falling in love, and this is something that's crucial to the story but doesn't focus solely on their love story, because it's the story of magic. It's full of interesting stuff, and also only one can emerge from this battle. As the summary says, I haven't gotten that far yet and I'm already dreading it, but this book is so good, so I'm looking forward to finishing this one. I got really tired of reading about the Lady Midnight series and the Clockwork Princess and Clockwork Prince and The City of Bones. I just want to read something by Cassandra Clare. So today I headed out to the library and discovered that they don't have the copy of City of Bones in English, and they only have one in Russian. I was contemplating getting it, but then the second book was non-existent in the library, so I just don't want to jump from one language to another. So in the end I ended up getting 3 different books, which are not by Cassandra Clare, but what are you going to do? At least they're from my TBR list. And I have to read them in the course of the month, because this is what library deadlines do for you. So the first one is The Book Thief by Markus Zusak, and this is a famous one. I'm sure you've probably heard about it or seen the movie. It's following a young girl called Liesel in the midst of World War II, and she likes to steal books. I don't really know why, I don't know what's happening. All I know is that the book is narrated by death, and this factor alone makes the book so much appealing and curious to me, and I'm afraid I might cry because of this one, but then again it would be a welcome specter of emotions for me. The next book that I got from the library is the famous Dune by Frank Herbert, and I know it's a classic and I know it's sci-fi, but I haven't read it yet. Probably because it was before my time. I'm a 90s kid, so I haven't gotten around to it. Haven't seen the movie either, so looking forward to this one. I only know that it's based on this planet that's duney and sandy and all kinds of stuff, and there's a battle between 2 groups. One are the rebels, the other one are the ruling party or empire that has all the natural resources that are valued on the planet. And this is a tale of intrigue and battle and wit, and I know it's the first in the series. I just discovered that today, so I hope I like this one. Last but not least, I saw Soulless by Gail Carriger. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. Is it a he? No, it's she. Oh my god, I'm totally unprepared on this one. I saw this book in Reagan's video, and I got kind of intrigued by the steampunkish element of it. I just saw it on the shelf of the library, and I thought, hey, it's on my TBR, why don't I get it? It seems pretty short. How much is it short? It's like 400 pages, that's considered short by me these days. And it's following a main heroine who's called Alexia, and Alexia is apparently something that's called Soulless. There's also a murder, including vampires and werewolves included, and a mystery, and it's all set in Victorian-styled London. So yeah, steampunk, which would be something new to me, and I hope it's going to be funny. And that's it for my TBR for the month of April. Time is flying really fast. It's what, the 4th month of the year already. There are cool releases coming in May, so I have a lot of my plate, but I can't stop reading for some reason. I just read and read and read, and I have these ebooks left over that I carried from the past month. I don't know if I'm going to get to them. I have to say that Pride and Prejudice is going to wait another month. So is another couple of stuff that I really kind of have to postpone. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up, and don't forget to tell me what are you reading this month, or have you read something of the list already? Maybe The Book Thief. I would appreciate some tips and your opinion on that. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!